It was a night that Golden State Warriors fans will never forget, a season opener that sent shockwaves through the entire NBA world. The atmosphere inside Chase Center was electric, the crowd roaring with anticipation as the Warriors took the floor against their longtime rivals, the Los Angeles Lakers. Every camera was locked on the court, every fan was on edge, waiting to see how the new-look Warriors featuring the powerful duo of Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler would perform together for the very first time. And let's just say, they didn't disappoint. From the opening tip, you could tell Golden State came out with a mission. The energy, the pace, the confidence, it was all there. Jimmy Butler, wearing the Warriors jersey for the first time in a regular season game, wasted absolutely no time making an impact. He started off the game attacking the rim with aggression, bulldozing his way through the Lakers' defense like a man possessed. Every drive, every spin move, every finish at the basket had the crowd jumping out of their seats. Stephen Curry, on the other hand, was his usual magician self but with a twist. Instead of carrying the entire offensive load like in years past, he was moving off ball, orchestrating plays, and letting Butler do some of the heavy lifting. The chemistry between the two was unreal. It looked like they'd been playing together for years. Curry's gravity pulled the Lakers' defense apart, and Butler capitalized, slicing through the gaps and punishing every mistake. The Lakers tried to respond early. LeBron James, still defying Father Time, came out looking sharp. He hit a couple of early threes and set up Anthony Davis with some slick passes inside. But for every move the Lakers made, the Warriors had an answer. And that answer came in the form of relentless defense and lightning-fast ball movement. Golden State's defense looked rejuvenated. Draymond Green, back in full health and full intensity, anchored the defense like a general barking orders. He was switching, contesting, and setting the tone physically. Jonathan Kuminga came off the bench with energy that completely changed the momentum, locking in on the Lakers' wings and getting out in transition. The Warriors were simply on another level. Halfway through the first quarter, the tone of the game was already set. The Warriors were out hustling, out shooting, and outsmarting the Lakers. Curry started to heat up, and when he gets hot, it's game over. He hit a deep three from the logo that sent the arena into chaos. Then another. And another. The Lakers tried to double him, but Butler made them pay every single time. He'd cut to the basket, draw the foul, or dish it out to an open shooter. By the time the first quarter ended, the Warriors were up 34-22, and the Lakers looked stunned. The crowd was chanting MVP. MVP. Every time Curry touched the ball, but Jimmy Butler wasn't far behind in earning that love. His physicality and leadership were exactly what Golden State needed, that edge that sometimes they lacked last season. He wasn't just scoring, he was getting in the Lakers' heads, talking trash, flexing after big plays, and showing everyone that the Warriors meant business this year. The second quarter was all about the Warriors' bench depth. Coach Steve Kerr rotated in some young talent, and they delivered. Brandon Podziemski was a spark plug, hitting corner threes and hustling for every loose ball. Moses Moody showed flashes of brilliance with his defense and slashing ability. Meanwhile, Chris Paul, coming off the bench for the first time in his career, looked comfortable running the second unit. His playmaking gave Golden State stability, keeping the offense flowing smoothly even when Curry and Butler were resting. The Lakers, though, started to push back. Austin Reeves knocked down a couple of threes, and Anthony Davis had a brief stretch where he looked dominant in the paint. But the Warriors' response was swift. Butler drove right at Davis, drawing fouls and forcing him into uncomfortable switches. The Lakers couldn't find a rhythm, and frustration started to show. By halftime, the Warriors were in complete control, leading by 17 points. The halftime stats were staggering. Curry had 21 points with 5 three-pointers, Butler had 16 points and 6 assists, and the Warriors had shot nearly 60% from the field as a team. The Lakers, meanwhile, were struggling to find answers. LeBron had 14 points, but Davis was being outmuscled and outworked by Draymond Green and Kevin Looney inside. Coming out of halftime, everyone expected the Lakers to make a push, and they tried. LeBron came out attacking the rim, trying to spark some energy. But the Warriors' composure never wavered. They stayed poised, moved the ball, and found the open man every single possession. The highlight of the night came midway through the third quarter when Curry drove the lane, drew two defenders, and threw a behind-the-back pass to Butler, who finished with a powerful dunk over Austin Reeves. The entire arena erupted. Even the Warriors' bench was going crazy. At that point, you could see the Lakers' body language start to crumble. They simply couldn't match Golden State's tempo. Every time they thought they'd made a stop, the Warriors would grab an offensive rebound or make one more perfect pass. Klay Thompson, who'd been quiet in the first half, started to find his rhythm too. He knocked down a pair of threes that pushed the lead to over 20 points. Defensively, the Warriors looked like the dynasty version of themselves again, locked in, communicating, rotating perfectly. They trapped LeBron on the pick and roll, forced turnovers, and turned defense into instant offense. Butler's hustle on the defensive end was contagious, diving for loose balls, taking charges, and clapping in his teammates' faces to keep the energy up. This wasn't just a game, it was a statement. By the time the fourth quarter rolled around, it wasn't about whether the Warriors would win, it was about how dominant they'd look doing it. The Lakers tried to put in some bench players to find a spark, but Golden State's second unit held firm. Chris Paul controlled the pace like a veteran maestro, and Kuminga continued to impress with his explosiveness on both ends. With 6 minutes left, the Warriors led by 25, and the fans were chanting, "Let's go Warriors!" over and over again. Curry, still on fire, hit another deep three that sent the crowd into a frenzy. He turned around before the ball even went in, smiling as it swished through the net, classic Steph. Moments later, Butler drained a mid-range jumper, then forced a turnover and finished a tough layup on the other end. The chemistry between Curry and Butler was undeniable. It felt like the Warriors had unlocked a whole new level. The Lakers had no answers. LeBron sat on the bench late in the fourth, looking visibly frustrated, while Anthony Davis appeared exhausted. On the other hand, the Warriors were celebrating every bucket like it was Game 7 of the finals. The final minutes were pure dominance, a clinic in team basketball. Every player on the court contributed, and the crowd knew they were witnessing something special. As the final buzzer sounded, the scoreboard read Warriors 126, Lakers 101. A 25-point blowout on opening night, and a clear message to the rest of the league: the Golden State Warriors are back, and they're coming for the throne. Curry finished the night with 36 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds, shooting 8 for 13 from three-point range. Butler added 27 points, 9 assists, and 4 steals in a brilliant all-around performance. Draymond had a near triple-double, and the bench combined for 34 points, an incredible team effort from top to bottom. After the game, reporters flooded the locker room. Jimmy Butler, with his trademark intensity, smiled and said, "This is just the beginning. We're building something special here." When asked about playing with Curry, he added, "Man, it's easy when you've got the greatest shooter in the world beside you. My job is to make it even easier for him." Curry, meanwhile, praised Butler's impact, saying, "He brings that fire, that edge, we needed that. It's a new era, and we're locked in." Social media exploded immediately after the game. Fans couldn't stop talking about the new Warriors duo. "Curry and Butler look unstoppable," one fan posted. "This team looks scarier than ever," said another. Even NBA legends like Magic Johnson and Dwayne Wade tweeted their respect for the performance. Analysts on ESPN called it one of the most impressive season openers in recent memory.